Heyo, my name is Michael and I'm the illustrator behind the fonts you can find at mindjam.bigcartel.com. And this is an instructional video to show you how you can make cool designs using these fonts. Now, two important things before we get started. Number one, all these designs in my store are for personal use only. If you want to use your design for commercial use with high resolution and copyrights, then I suggest you check out my design website at customgraffiti.net instead. Number two, Photoshop is required. Alright, so let's take a look what we have here in the store. Let's go with Jasmine. That's a good font. So when you purchase a font from the store, you'll automatically get an email sent to you with a download link, and once you download it, the zip file, you'll open it up, and what's inside is the license agreement, and then you get the PSD file. That's the Photoshop file. Now, as I said before, Photoshop is required for all these fonts. So you double click the Photoshop file and it will open up in Photoshop. So now what we have here in the layer section is you have each letter on their individual layer. So you can simply check this auto select box and hit layer instead of group. And when you click something, you will automatically highlight that layer. So each letter is flattened within themselves, which means that you can change individual colors such as this stripe here, the green stripe here, or the bubbles. But you can use filters in Photoshop such as Hue, which you can find here in the image adjustment and Hue. And you can see you can manipulate this in a number of ways. Anyways, so today I'm going to show you what you can do yourself. So let's create a design called Jasmine, just because the name of the font is Jasmine. So let's create a new file, a new document. It could be 1000 in pixels in width and 500 in height, and then 72 dpi as the resolution, which is standard for web. Let's make the background a grayish tone to make the design pop more. Then flip over to the original font file here, and let's pick out the letters. So for Jasmine, I need to hold down Shift, and then first I click the J, and then I click the rest holding down Shift to select several layers. And then, all selected, I drag a window down, click one of the letters that you have selected, the J, then just drag and drop. Now we can close this window, we don't need it anymore. Let's arrange the letters. You might want to put some letters behind other letters. So like the S here, I want to have it behind the A. So you simply go to the layer section here and move the S behind the A. Maybe I'll do the same with the M. Alright, that's a good composition. So now let's add some keyline. Now you don't have to be a Photoshop expert for any of these things I'm going to show you today. These are very simple things. So let's select all of the letters. We have them all selected in the layer panel here, and drag them down to the new icon right here, and then you'll get the copies. Now we want to flatten the selected ones. To do that, Control or Command Shift, and then put them at the back. And now we hit a layer style, and then stroke. Right. So on the outside, we'll pick white to make it visible. Maybe we'll do a 2 pixel width for the stroke. And then we hit OK. So now we have a key line. This is called a key line here. Let's add also some bubbles to this. Let's select white. The pen tool here, and if you right click, you have the hardness and the size. So we want full hardness, and the size should be somewhere here. The opacity should be 100%, and then just click in some bubbles here and there to make the composition look nice, like this. And now I'll do some smaller bubbles. Even smaller. Great. Now that's done. Let's select both the bubbles and the key line we just did and merge them together. You can do that with Control E, as I said earlier. And now we go into the layer style, and maybe gradient overlay. So let's see what looks good here. I think because the colors inside the fonts are pretty dark, then we should go with a bright key line or bubbles behind that to make the design pop. Always good to have the good high contrast. So let's use this one, but manipulate it a little bit. Maybe more baby blue here. And for maybe, should it be white? Maybe. Okay. Violet shade there. What else? You can play around with these things a lot. Let's see what it looks like with a bevel. Let's see what it looks like with a shadow. So as you can see, you can do a lot of stuff with your fonts. This was just the tip of the iceberg. So please go ahead and make a lot of designs and share them with your friends and social networks. And most of all, have fun.